So, have you realized you can't change the female nature? You're not going to change it any more than they can change your nature. So, the issue here isn't, well, it's two aspected. It's not about trying to change the female nature, nor is it about bashing the female nature, female energy, to somehow make yourself think that you're the higher one. It's not what it is. You have to work with it. You have to work with the female biology, and they also have to work with you and understand how you're wired as a man. You have to understand how they're wired as a girl. It's by acceptance of that that a relationship can actually work. But like nowadays, the average person, just because they're just ignorant and they're weak, because lifestyle habits just makes you weak. You just want to. It's a very selfish level of consciousness. You just want them understand me. Just understand me and my expectations and my needs. And if you love me, then that's what you'll understand. Well, they're saying the same thing. Well, yeah, but I do. I am treating them good. So, okay, whatever. All the justification that our mind comes up with. But the female nature, if you want to just simplify things, they like to feel secure. Now, the way they go about it can be very manipulative and selfish, obviously. We already know that aspect, though. Like, why keep focusing on that? I'm not talking about those girls. Like, why do we keep focusing on that level? You should go higher. Focus on the girls who are more mature, who have done some introspection, and they're like trying to rise above that. But I think nowadays people don't even think that those girls exist. Yeah. They don't even think they exist. So then therefore they just, same like the feminists think that all the guys are stupid too. They all want to have sex with me, and so I don't even want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to the guy because he'll want to have sex with me. So yeah, it's a minority for sure. To find those smaller percent of women who are actually willing to look at themselves and be willing to transcend this deep wiring. You got to hold space for that, by the way. It's difficult. And it's rare for a guy to recognize his shortcomings as a man and be willing to transcend that. It's both. You can't find the girl if you don't do the work on yourself and know your own shortcomings. How are you going to find the girl? The law of attraction is running this whole thing. The bitter, resentful guys are going to find the bitter, resentful girls, and then the bitter, resentful girls are going to be trying to use the guy for security. He's going to be trying to use them for sex, and then whoever feels like they won or got the best deal, then their ego will feel good. This is the level of consciousness that mainstream is operating in. Man, I'm glad I'm out of that. Like, Jesus. Yeah. So a woman's nature, you have to understand, she wants security. She can't help it. A higher level girl will admit that. She'll be like, yeah, man, I'm just like wired that way. Just wired that way. It's just instinctual. Like, what do you want me to do? It's instinctual. Well, you want me to just turn it off or something? You see? By being aware of it, though, by being conscious of it, that opens up the possibility to transcend it. That's the irony. This is what a spiritual practice, the whole purpose of spirituality is. You transcend the human dimension. The human dimension still functions. It's not like it stops functioning. The mind tries to interpret and imagine what spirituality is or what enlightenment is. It just does a very poor job. Human dimension, your biology, your instincts, your male nature, her female nature, it still functions, but there's more space now between you. You're not so identified with it to where it's so reactive. You can actually look at it. And then if it gets a little out of control, and then you can come back and make amends and you can talk about it, and then you get more close. That's what builds real intimacy. That sex is worthless unless, I mean, there's nowadays, like, there's no, they don't even consider, like, why are people even having sex? You ever question that? Why you keep wanting to have sex? There's no intimacy. What do you think? Just because you're naked, that means it's intimate? It's like silly. You're using each other as like masturbational instruments. She might as well have a deal rod and you go buy one of those things. I don't know what they're called. Yeah. Why, So real intimacy is when both beings are really devoted to a higher purpose of growing in life, growing their spirituality, growing their character, whatever, holding space for one another during their growth, accepting the messy parts. Sometimes it gets super messy as a human being, not judging the other one if they get messy and all that. That's real vulnerability. That's raw. Like, that's where it's at. Yeah. If you're doing that, if you have a girl and you're both doing that, and then you have sex, you're going to experience sex on a whole nother level, man. That's real sex. You don't just meet some girl at a club and take her home and bang her and, yeah, I had sex. the level of consciousness these days is funny. It's funny. I don't know what to say about it. All right. What's the topic though? You can't change the female nature, I think. Yeah. So accept that you can't change it, but yet there's still because God put it in you. You can't switch this off. There's still the tendency, the motivation, the attraction toward the female energy. You have to accept that. Unless you're asexual, that's cool. There's a very small percent are. Most people, they're lying to themselves. They're pretending they're not attracted to the other girl, but to girls. But guys are pretending they're not attracted to girls, but really what it is they're resentful toward girls. What's behind the resentment? Fear. Because that female energy can wreck them. Can wreck them. They want to pretend like, no, I'm the alpha male. I can't be wrecked by anybody. Okay, yeah, keep pretending. You can't get strong until you get wrecked. I used to tell people sometimes I had to get, for lack of a better word, get my heart broke a few times to really get muscled up, man. I had to taste that experience and then not go and drug it away and drink it away or go grab another partner right away, all that. Then you don't learn anything and you just wasted the whole experience. So there's no way I could have learned the deeper lessons if I didn't get my heart broke. And I don't criticize them. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered this. It's so instinctual and natural. If one gets their heart broke and the girl wants to leave him, like if she leaves you, oh, that damn girl, that bitch, Yeah, I felt the same way with years ago, my last girlfriend. But I'd already been through it a couple times. I'm like, oh yeah, this is just reactionary. Like, it's not. What's the real deal here? The real deal here is I really liked that female energy. That was like giving me something in my life, man. Like I said in another video, it's the ultimate drug. It's a very intoxicating drug. And now it's gone. Now I'm going through withdrawals and detoxing. And I want to blame. The ego wants to blame the other person. Look what they did. And they did. No. You signed up for it. I kept telling myself, no, but you signed up for it. That allowed me to keep the focus on me, process the feelings that I had around the relationship, let the feelings die a natural death, and then you get rewarded with more strength, inner strength. It's always been the case. The second heartbreak is easier than the first, and the third's easier than the second. Generally speaking, some may argue and say, no, but my second one was the worst. Well, that means you loved them more. The love was deeper. You were more intertwined. I would call that a real love. Like, that was a stronger love. And so when that gets broke, man, yeah, welcome to the human race. I mean, to being a human. This is the tax we have to pay for being a human and being in this 3D software, mental body, emotional body, physical body. Yeah. We get to taste the heaven, see, but the mind it just wants to taste the heaven. It doesn't want to taste the hell. Yeah, man, it's both. One has to muscle up and understand that and be willing, okay, whatever. If God prescribes me a relationship, you can feel it. Some are like, oh man, I'm scared. I have girls tell me that. This is scary, man. She'd say, like the chemistry, like, oh man. Because they've tasted that before. And when it ended, they remembered the aftermath and the emotional drama. And they're like, damn, I don't want to experience that again. I'm like, why not? What, are we going to run from life? Like, we're having these experiences because God's prescribing them and it's for our own higher good. We're not going to do anything but except get stronger from it. You can bear it. Don't let your mind say, oh, you're not going to kill yourself. Go through it. Go through it. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy and until it's time to not enjoy it, Or who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we'll be together forever. Like, we don't know. Don't try to protect yourself and just, live from some mental conceptual, live your life through mental concepts. No, I'm not going to do this because of this or because, no, man, just be spontaneous. Let life prescribe you the experiences you're supposed to have, but respect and understand the female energy. And I don't know if I went into that enough, that she wants security and that's how they're wired. The real question isn't, does she really want security on a fundamental nature? We already know the answer to that. Yeah. And that takes many different forms, how that takes. It's not just about money. It's just security, period. Ask her. If she's an honest woman, say, I want to get to know you better. Can you write this down for me? I want to know, like, what do you really value as a woman? Some women, the lower women, they don't even know. It's just, no, I'm good. Yeah, until something happens. And then their overzealous need for security comes out and then you see it. But you want someone who already has done the work and they can articulate, what their nature is, and then look at that, and then, then you can work with that and share your nature too. A guy's nature is he likes to play around, man. A guy's nature, he likes sex. He likes to just, he likes playing around with different girls, even if it's not sex. It can just be edging. He likes playing around with them. Yeah, for a woman, she doesn't have it so much like that. It's the security. That's the overriding factor. A guy's not doing it for security. He's not trying to find a girl who can take care of him and give him money and get a house and all that. No, he's getting the house for the girl. A guy don't really need a house or anything. And even kids. Most guys have kids for the women. A woman wants to have a kid, he loves her, and so okay, he wants to give her a kid. There's some cooperation. So understand that fundamental level that a woman needs. She wants this security. So here's what I was going to say. You have to discern, though, is she going about it in a selfish, manipulative way? This is the main through line. This is what I want to say. If she's like that, then yeah, you got nothing there. If it's a higher level woman, then, and she's conscious that this instinct of security is pretty strong in her, that means she'll be aware of the means in which she tries to get that instinctual need met. Well, that's something you can work with. Doesn't mean she's going to be perfect. She'll make mistakes maybe, and just, however that looks. But if you go back and bring that up later, she'll admit, she'll be like, damn it, that's true. I was a little excessive emotionally about such and such thing. My self-preservation instinct, security instinct got the best of me. And, oh man, this is what you want. You want that. Same with the guy. If you're out in town, you're at some public event and there's a girl and she's smiling and you smile back, and then your girlfriend caught you, and then don't deny it. You see, there has to be comfortability in the relationship. She might get mad and you can understand that, but then later you should be able to talk to her and say, look, yeah, you're right. Like, damn it. The guy nature kind of came out and I was doing whatever I was doing. And, sorry. She's like, okay, that's cool. But, just keep trying to be aware of it. Yeah, I know. I'm on point because I also want to grow. See, you want to transcend that, not for her. You're not here to please her. For your own character, you want to be free of the edging. Sometimes if people try to contact me, and I've talked to them in the past, and they want to be free of these things for their wife. No, that's not going to work. You have to see like that you don't want to do it anymore. If you want to do it, still go do it. You got no choice anyway. You can't overpower this stuff. It comes by realization. Something in you just realizes, like, you know what, this is stupid, man. I'm done. Yeah. That's just the beginning, though. The actual transcendence, it can take a while because these habits are deeply ingrained. All right. I have a Seam Your Attention book. It's out. You can see the website link it's in the playlist or the video description. You can get that. Also, an autobiography book. I have a plant medicine book coming soon, probably beginning of January, and the True Health book is following shortly after that. So those who like to read and stuff, you might be interested. Enjoy either way.